What's up, guys? Adam Plays here, and today we're back with episode 2 of This Is the Police. And so, how do we get started? By reading the daily newspaper. It's what we always do bright and early in the morning. Rob's appearing to reveal his identity, quote, when the time is right, end quote. Enemies using feminists to destroy Freeburg. Feminist organization denied official registration. Great. We have to deal with people. We have to deal with super feminism. I had no problem with it, but yeah.
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shots. In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene, or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all three of our sons supported me. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book. But I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They'd give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go back into that, Sally. Find my wife, and we can discuss my hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
Okay. So, I don't think anyone did exceptionally good before, so I'm just gonna start the day. See what goes on with it. Listen to that one. That one was really quiet. Let's see if this one's any louder. Billabong. Google Tunes. Please don't get me copyrighted for this. Fire all black. A racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to a local radio station. Promise called Black Doctors, Firemen, and Police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The races are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens support them. You'll have to fire all of your black employees over the next few days due to balancing racial tensions. No, I think that means stuff. First off, why would I fire them? Just, someone commits a serious crime and releases the scene. Case goes to detectives. Homicide at the ghetto. Black activist Ronnie Moore was found shot outside of his home. They investigate the crime scene, interview witnesses, and gather what other information seems pertinent. One of your detectives will be the lead investigator in the case. You can assign additional detectives to the case who will work under lead investigators as subordinates. The more professional the lead investigator, the more effective the team. So we'll send Moody and we'll do Armstrong, because I want to leave my 2 detectives for another one. And structure the property at the City Hall parking lot. A member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars apartment, carrying a long iron rod. The whole street seeing bastards, thieves, and bloodsuckers. We'll send Kochi and Austin. I'm not following that request. First off, why would I? And second off, I'm not throwing Stovali. Keeping him. I'm keeping Robbins. I'm keeping Moser. I'm keeping Armstrong. I'm keeping Austin. That's too bad for a mayor's office. They shouldn't ask me to do something that's impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but one, I'm not going to be racist. Don't care. We need black police officers too. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. And that, not just because I watched, The Hate You Give a few days ago. That's not the reason, no. Carjacking in the suburbs. A gas station surveillance camera recorded a car that's on stolen vehicles list. Yancey. I'm not gonna send everybody. I'm just gonna send Yancey, Fornery, and Asano. So I have Russia to party to deal with another problem. If homicide investigations get started, detectives interview witnesses, collect evidence, and are pursuing the investigation. Expect results. Mr. Graham, a drunk witness. They drove by in a sedan and they shot like a machine gun. It didn't see much. Okay. Glenn Clayton neighbor. I heard only a few muffled shots. So that tells me that it's probably like a silenced SMG or something. Mr. Carr, he got what he deserved. He was causing trouble for a long time. The reason there's been a lot of cursing carrying on. I don't remember the car in the neighborhood was quiet. I've never heard any shots. I'm pretty sure it must be a silence. Good. The police these days don't do nothing. I almost died myself. I went to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. So we go from living to dead. Living to dead. No frames, so we can't do anything. And structure property report. Let's see, I think it. Officer Cart, officers unharmed, more professionalism, good day all around, no one died. Let's see how long we can go without getting another police officer dead. Tsubaki, we're looking at you. Blame you for the first death of this game. Suspicious individual at Desire Park. Oh wait, shoot, I gotta deal with this carjacking. The driver's nowhere to be seen. Wait a safe distance for the driver to appear. Interview any potential eyewitnesses, search the car. Wait a safe distance. Fender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Professionalism all around. Suspicious individual at Desire Park. Corey Ramsey, mother of several children, has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals seated on a bench beside a playground. He's been watching children for over an hour and taking some photographs. That doesn't sound too serious. I'm going to send Purdy, but I think it's a false alarm. Just want to make sure, though. I'd send Austin alone, but I didn't think I was dumb. So hopefully we'll get some of those frame things soon so we can just solve that. Let's see. Let's see what it said. Ah, wow. It was actually a suspicious individual. Wow. Thank goodness. Kazuki Tamura. Dragon Layers Club. Mr. Boyd, I'm opening free work first martial arts club. In my first exhibition, I want to hold a sparring match with one of my students. Say, son, you're tough as Scott. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few tricks, something to help him out on the streets. I'm listening, Kochi. Hope. I know what I just said, but it sounds like that there's no money involved, and it's just gonna be training. So hopefully, professionals will go up to make Cody even more of a badass. So let's hope that works. Well, we have the report on the homicide came through. Let's see what it says. You found 3 new frames. Your detectives present frames, different versions of what might have happened at the crime scene. Open investigation. They get it wrong at the time, but the good cop can separate fact from fiction if they know how to look at case materials. The more professional detectives working on instinct, the better their instincts. Okay, so true sequence. Yeah. Okay, so he's probably the car probably left through shot. Wow. When an investigation pans out, you have yourself a suspect. Sometimes more than one, but in this case, your detective has narrowed down to a single candidate. This suspect is Travis Horn, a known racist who already has several previous convictions. Wow. I mean, that does make sense, though. Gosh, wait, give me so it went from. Okay, so it might be a number. Okay, so what happened is they went from. So he sat down in his house. The car pulled in front, shot, drove away, and that's why the guy almost got hit because he was crossing the pharmacy when that sedan hit him, and then he was dead. So, suspect arrest. To carry the arrest, 2 officers must escort the lead investigator to apprehend the suspect. If the lead investigator is on duty, the arrest will have to wait, but remember that fugitives won't sit patiently until your schedule clears. Also remember that criminals will react in different ways like this. A frightened thief is likely to surrender as soon as the game is up. A brutal killer might just want to see how many he can take with him. With more dangerous criminals, it's safer to send experienced officers and even a SWAT team if you see fit. Well, it's the end of the day. I'm going to send SWAT anyways because I don't think there's a benefit. And then we'll send... He works as a support as a loader. We'll send Yancey and Rushing and go. Fight at the Kevin Stroh bar. Oh, never mind. We're not done yet. Bartender reports that a couple fighters started fighting over the tips, and a cat fight broke out right on the stage. See Purdy, Forney, and Austin, and hopefully we can deal with the super small threat by Asano. Fight at Octopus Restaurant. A bartender reported that the fight was broken out between a patient and the bar's bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto the stage while a local singer was performing and tried to sing a duet with her. I can only send Asano, so rip. That's probably not gonna work. Suki Tamarara. 110? Oh! Chief, I just about nailed the Jap. The Jap. You guys, who does the Jap? But he was too fast for me and 1 on points. I don't really understand all the rules, so I can't keep track of the points very well, but it was alright. Even showed me a few tricks after the match. I got carried away a little and pulled my back. Are you gonna take it down? Sure, coach, you just get freaking 110 professionalism. You beast. Okay. Well, at the end of the day, let's let these calls finish up. And if you guys remember, it was about 30-minute episodes, so we'll probably do about 2 or 3 episodes. On the stage are 2 strippers going at it, and it's gone beyond argument to a full-on catfight. The bouncer is fast asleep, clear 2 ways to handle the situation. The drunken patrons are happily watching the fight. Drive service women, listen girls, cut this crowd that's going to get serious. Let's talk to them. The strippers continue fighting oblivious of the police presence. Watch the strippers go at it and don't interfere. Step on the stage and try to separate the girls. Ask the bartender for a bucket of cold water and throw it on the combatants. That'll hopefully wake them up. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Good. And the homicide. How'd it go? Offender caught, which is 20. Ooh, 20. And case closed. 100. Ooh, that's nice. So, Moody, you're going to be like our lead prosecutor now. You'll just keep getting bigger and bigger. Oh, wow. And Asano. Oh, shoot. I knew that was going to happen. She wasn't professional enough to take that situation on her own. Okay, everyone else, I'm fine with you not working, so I don't want you to work. I wish I could tell you not to work, but you're not going to listen. Checkpoint, day 5, July 19th, Friday. Goldenberg. Retired police officer Thomas Blaine shoots pregnant woman. Mayor Rogers. The city has no problem with racist. Officer Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber. Oh my gosh. Officer Blaine, good job. 20 out of 10.
Why would a man need a barn? To store all the stuff you can't bring home. About 30 years ago, back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried all kinds of junk home. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots and clothes, and instantly transform the living room. But even back then, there's something I always kept in the barn.
What did you keep in there? What pills? No.
I stopped keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my bedroom door. Now they're knocking on my barn door. Well, fine. It's not every day that someone comes to visit your barn. In all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house. We drank at bars, went fishing, went to the mountains, even chased off some poachers one time. But he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over here. And now he's brought his friends to visit my barn. I always try to look unsurprised, like it's an everyday thing to get visitors at the old barn, especially guests with their own personal bodyguards. But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's caught me with my pants on backwards.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw you from the car. Figured we'd find you in here. I'm going in for a minute, fellas. These guys will wait outside.
How long you been dating the lover boys?
They're sans people, Jack.
Yeah. So now you're appearing in public with members of the Mafia?
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. More like fleeing. Jenny and I are taking the girls and making a run for it. Probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents, a new name, a new life, everything new.
The papers say you're still working your last week for the department.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if you noticed, but the whole city is against me.
You told your Mafia friends about your plans.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me. My family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we close our contract today.
Your contract, Frank? Really? Is that how you talk now? Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the Mafia works. If I can't find someone I can trust tonight, I'm dead. You know me, Jack. I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid they'd cut my daughters to pieces before sunrise.
He's the damn fool who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first place. Anyone in my place would have dressed him down good. But I didn't want to pile it on. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the grinder.
Agree to help Kendrick, refuse to help Kendrick. Well, if we refuse, he's probably going to get stabbed in half. But if we agree, then we're going to be working for the Mafia. In the press conference we said no comments, so I'm going to have to read because he's a good friend of ours.
Give him my phone number and tell him it's done. Don't call me. Don't come to work today. I don't want to see or hear from you again. Time for you to go.
Jack,
Get the fuck out of my nice cozy barn, Frank. At the time, I was trying not to think about what just happened. It was almost too much to take in. I'm probably the most popular police chief in the history of the city, and I have to admit, I've thought about that more than once, sometimes with a little pride even. In one of the features they wrote about me in the papers, they said it pretty plain. He catches the criminals. Believe me, high praise like that is unheard of in Freeburg, especially for a cop. And here I am, the person who catches criminals, and I've agreed to help the Mafia, or I'll come home to a bag stuffed with my kids' body parts. Right before the last hammer falls. Hey, remember that cop who caught criminals? It turns out he was a Mafia bitch. And all for the sake of a greedy, corrupt cop who should have fled the country years ago. That sound right to you?
had too much. I don't think I can hold together. Can I go home? No, you're gonna work. No, you're gonna work. I don't care. So you both are drinkers. Grant, I'm gonna give it to her again. So she can, even though she has a low professionalism, she still, she can lead. Let's see. Don't You Leave Me Here by Pierce Picking Barrel House Jazz Band. Cool tunes. All rights reserved. No matter how your personal relationship with the city administration, your police station is at their mercy. In order to maintain reasonable working conditions, you have to send a program request to the mayor. There's City Hall. Okay, the decision on City Hall depend on whether voters has had exam requests every 5 days. The fool is in charge of the city mayor is outright or only some of your requests. So only ask for what you really need. Well, everything. And then if only part of it doesn't work, funeral block up. Shut up, that's not working. Funeral. This woman was an honest servant of the city. Today she was buried in the military office. Rest in peace, Subaki Salary. Here's your week's salary. City Hall hosts we don't disappoint. Lies. Disorderly conduct from Eddie's Burgers. Every morning there's a dirty, pissed out bum sitting at the cafe. The Mafia is going away and grows anyone who approaches, scaring all the customers. Oh, I'll send drunk and somebody out. Wait, can I fire the drunk? I forget. No, it says that they come to work drunk. So does that mean I can fire them on legal grounds? Yeah, I kind of want to. But I could also fire it. No. Touch of Dionysus. A witness looked out from a window while an armed man with a stocking on his head entered nearby liquor store. Since Sovali, Grant, Robbins, and SWAT. Since it's over here, serious case. But at the residential area, a hot dog vendor reports he saw two Elvis impersonators grappling right there on the sidewalk. They're swearing in Spanish, beating each other with microphone stands. Shoot, Songo and Vandali, go. Go abuse him. How did you fail? I had two of you. Beard Cell, I'm literally gonna fire you. I think that's actually what I'm gonna do. Police station, you're fired. I don't care if you failed one assignment, you're drunk. I can't tell drunks. Itzy's Chinese necklace was stolen from Bao Ling while she was on her way to pawn shop. Sent Beasley and Moser out. And Fitzgerald. Marksman. Ooh. Substitute exits from. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna sneak up to the back door. Oh, City Hall, I hate you. Fight. How did... Oh my gosh. Destruction of property. Gathered an entitled sex operation. A gang of young people in sea masks forced their way in and began smashing exhibits. We don't need this shit in our city. I want to deal with this and this. I think I can do both. I just need a little bit more. It will send Sylvan and Grant out. And actually, you know what? We'll send all four of them and go deal with that. Then I'll send Stogo and Vandal. Me and my husband got into a difficult financial situation. I was going to pawn an antique necklace that has been in my family for many centuries. So the cream my necklace at the pawn shop, someone ripped the bag from my shoulder and disappeared. I didn't have time to do anything, not even cry out. The offender was on a motorcycle. He jogged on the road, grabbed the bag, escaped. But I tried to race after him, but I didn't even have time to see if it was a man or woman. So we don't know the sex, but we know it was on a motorcycle. He was dressed in a jacket, so a biker's jacket. Oh, he looked, wow. So he didn't have a weapon. Okay. We got 3 new frames. Okay, so he went like this, he went like this, and he went like that. The suspect is Quan Yin Lin, Chinese immigrant, recently expelled from the university. Shoot, destruction of property. Yes, let's go. Worked. We need a. Oh no, come on, get back, get back, get back, get back. Nice, 55 professionalism. That's nice. Oh, you're taking the rest of the day off? F you. Oh, that makes me mad. Okay, it doesn't sound like that he even had a gun, so he doesn't sound that dangerous. But yeah, and also if you guys have, since I'm still thinking of like random things to talk about, if you guys have anything that banterous or funny you want me to talk about, put them in the comment section down below, and I'll read some of the comments tomorrow. Give or next video. Nice, 20 and close the investigation instantly. And let's end today. Looks like tomorrow's gonna be a long day. More like the first a lot of long days. There's just too much going on. Also, guys, tomorrow's gonna be an even longer one, which sounds like a lot of fun. So shift B, and yeah, so end of day 6. So sorry we only got 2 episodes in today, but again, as I said before, it's something we're gonna be a little bit longer or shorter. But yeah, and then guys, don't forget, if you guys want to continue seeing this series, please leave a like down below, and also hit that big red subscribe button, and also hit that bell on the side so you can see whenever you get more great content from me. But until then, see you all later. So good